Mas já.
No one had driven this way in a long time.
Isto já. Não consigo ler tudo. Mas já. Um viagem. Já me deu super depressa quando eu consigo. Já deu. Não consigo. Mas já, ora por
The truth is,
uma. Isto é a árvore.
even after I
A
inherited
verdade
the
é que
house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
herdado a casa, nunca pensei que voltaria. Pronto, agora
But now I
começa os
had
barulhos.
questions about my family that only the house knew
Mas
the
agora eu
answers
tinha
to.
perguntas sobre a minha família que somente a casa sabia as respostas. Rapaz. Olha só o tamanho da
The
casa,
house was
pessoal. Isso
exactly
parece
like I
muito Hello
remembered it,
Neighbor.
the way I'd been dreaming
A casa
about it.
estava exatamente do que eu lembrava. Nós estamos aqui a ter nada. Bom pessoal, agora é assim, vai começar a ver sustos. Vai começar a ver jumpscares, portanto vamos
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Eu ficava desconfortável na casa de um jeito que não conseguia. Meu Deus. Mas já pessoal, bora lá entrar dentro da casa. Vamos ver o que é que vai acontecer. Aqui há muitos missings. Eu acho que é o irmão dela, se não me engano, por causa que tem boas fotos e isso. Não, a gente somos uma gaja. Ah, não, foi já tem que ser. Ei, a puta, há missings por todo o lado com a foto do irmão dela. Muito mal. Mas já pessoal, vamos lá subir na casa. Eu
Now,
acho que já
as a
temos a chave de casa.
17-year-old,
Agora,
I knew
como
exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Da casa. Agora o bicho vai pegar! Bom pessoal, a gente no início do jogo, antes de eu começar a gravar, a gente tinha uma chave. Vamos lá ver se é para esta casa. Eu penso que sim, né? Já. É mesmo para esta
I
casa.
hoped the key might unlock the front
Eu
door.
esperava que a chave pudesse
It
destrancar a
didn't.
porta da frente, mas não. Ok, isto deve haver... Vai haver jumpscares, pessoal!
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Eu estou todo borrado, porque já, há bem tempo que não jogo estes jogos. Não há bem tempo, quando digo há bem tempo, não há bem tempo. Acho que isto vai ter os traseiros lá para trás, de certeza, porque as caixas grandes não tem traseiros, mas já vamos lá ver. Abrir-se outra vez. Ok, temos aqui uma garagem. Acho que não dá para abrir a garagem. Ou não? Não. Não dá para abrir a garagem. Acho que vamos ter mesmo de ir pelas traseiras. Estou a ouvir barulhos. Vocês estão a ouvir? Parece que tinha cena a apontar a merda. Não pode. Ah!
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
O cachorro costumava ser bem mais fácil que eu tinha. Ok, aqui acho que não temos nada. Tem bolas pegadas no... Vamos precisar daqui de nada, penso eu. E agora aquela porta está aberta, pessoal. Acho que isto é um interruptor da luz.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Ok, mas isto é para construir uma casa, porque isto no início estava a dizer há 11 anos, não sei o que, tu tinhas de construir uma casa, ou bodega assim. E então, eu não sei.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Agora, memórias do quê, pessoal? Memórias de terror ou memórias boas?
Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Ok, isto era para a gata, show, para comer. Pessoal, agora começam os easter eggs. Porque certeza que vai haver aqui
The
jumpscare.
table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Pessoal. Eu estou a ouvir barulho para caralho.
It was like my mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Ok, será que afundou ali uma casa? Não sabemos. Vamos continuar a procurar. Agora eu estava mesmo borrado daquela cadeira ali de rodas, porque aquilo não é normal. Eu não vou já para cá porque isso vai ser borrado, eu já sei. Não vou deixar essa merda a tocar, por favor. Vai vir jumpscare daqui, pessoal.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
O porão, pessoal. O porão é o pior sítio das casas.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Exatamente, ok. É por isso que o irmão dela achava... Ia puta, essa porta aí está trancada mesmo à cunha, boy. Xiii. Havia aqui uma pessoa nesta casa que não conseguia andar. Ou tinha algum tipo de deficiência, porque aqui está uma escada, aqui está uma cadeira e ali atrás estava outra cadeira de rodas. Agora não sei o que é, mas isto vai mudar isso.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Buracos para espiar. Filha da puta. Já começa a haver barulhos. Isso é o...
Room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Ok, isto pintura aqui está ligado.
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Ui. Passagens secretas, bora lá ver.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Guardar. Ok. E então,
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Então era que a minha sempre teve medo.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Mas isto parece muito Yellow Neighbor para já, a forma da casa de ser. What?
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, mano, não. Vai começar. Não, ela não acordou para comer.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ela comeu ração.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Ok, estou completamente borrado.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Vou terminar os doces dela.
I kept eating and eating. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Ok. Caralho, não posso falar aqui.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Estou velos, boy. Vamos fazer assim por um lado. Calma aí, então se podemos desvendar mais por isso. Bora desvendá-los. Calma aí, agora o bora tá lá em cima.
The babies were all gone. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. up and seen mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Oh, this.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark. I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. Juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. On January 7th, 1937, 40-foot waves off the coast of Odin's daughter Edie, with Odin Finch is the first to be buried. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Então, espero que tenham gostado. Subscrevam-se no canal e fui.